Yo, I'm a little early today. I will wait for everybody to get here. But I figured that those of you that are checking in a little before everybody else, you can ask some questions and I'll try and answer those before it gets too hard. Today is not the longest session. Thankfully, I just inlined, also why I'm wearing an inline suit. So it's not gonna be super long, but it's still gonna be really hard. Obviously, that's the point of dryland. If it's not hard, why do it? There's gonna be 4 different exercises. It's a new program. Hello, Matehan. Yeah, I'll give anybody. Oh, Turkey, nice. I'm in Portugal still. If you've seen the latest live streams, you would know that I've been here with Sophia for a while. I'm pretty good. Life is nice. It's a tough week. It's my second hard training week, so I'm starting to feel the legs. Hello, and Johnny. Thanks, Matehan. Yeah, it's pretty tough, but training hard and enjoying it. I've done some stairs workouts that are brutal, but besides that, everything's good. Had a really nice inline session right now. Skated, I think it was a total of 40 minutes at threshold. Ciao, Roberto. Sophia, thanks a lot. I hope so. Sophia's not gonna be here today. She's doing weightlifting. I'll do that later today. The reason she's only joining for some of the live stream is not that she's doing less dryline. It's just that she's doing dryline at different times because she's not inline skating so much. Привет, как дела? Yeah, so Sophia's out lifting now, and I think it's because I have a background on inlines, so it's a little easier for me to do more inline without messing up my technique or getting too much fatigue from it. So she, on the other hand, bikes 1 or 2 more times a week to make up for that. Nice to see some short trackers. I'm not really good at short track. I do it in the summer sometimes. Obviously not this summer because of the COVID-19, but when I get the chance, not because I want to compete in short track events or anything, but just because it's a good workout. Some of the weaknesses I feel like I have as a skater, I could get a little more compact in my turns, maybe limit my hip tilts, and in short track, you can't even skate if you're not compact. So that's a nice way for me to practice that, even though it may not look as smooth as I do on long track skates or on inlines. Cool, more Turkish people. That's really cool. Are you Turkish people? Are you inline skaters or ice skaters? I'm pretty curious to that. I know there's short track events in Turkey. I don't know so much about the inline culture there, but that's nice to have you guys. Oh, I have to check the time. Oh, we still got 5 minutes. So plenty of time for everybody to tune in. We already got the first 14 people. Pretty cool. If you have any questions to dryland in general, I see you, Salt Lake City. Oh, cool. Yeah, I train in Salt Lake City most of the year. Well, right now it's pretty hard to get into the US, and I'm not sure I would want to even if I could, because the COVID-19 is not, they're not coping too well with the COVID-19 right now. Sadly, I hope all my American friends are safe, and every American in general. But yeah, I train in Utah, Salt Lake City. It's a really nice place. They have an awesome rink there, great culture, the weather's nice. I have a really good team to train with there. So that's pretty sweet. And yeah, it's good ice, fast ice. I think it can give me really good conditions to get super fast for the next Olympic Games. Hey Victor, do heavy legs are needed to be a good sprinter? Do volume of legs matter to be a sprinter? I don't think so. If you can get, I would even say the opposite. If you can get really strong, really powerful with small legs, that would be better. Then you're gonna be lighter, but you're still capable of creating the same power. Obviously, that's to some extent impossible. So I don't think you should aim to get bigger legs or aim for volume at all. But it's probably gonna be a side benefit or a little bonus, if you look at it that way, of training your legs. So of course, the muscles you use when training are usually gonna grow if you eat enough food. So hypertrophy is hard to avoid. So that's just a part of it. But you definitely shouldn't train to get bigger legs. Bigger legs should be the outcome of the training. And if you do right, I think if I look at myself, I have bigger legs than my upper body because I don't use my arms so much, but I do use my legs hours every single day. And especially workouts like these, if you eat enough food in general, if you're like in a calorie surplus throughout the day, you're gonna experience some hypertrophy. You're gonna experience your legs getting bigger because we use them, and especially this kind of workout where we work. Some of us, if it's hard enough, we work till exhaustion, and that's really gonna activate the growth of the muscle fibers in the legs. So we're getting closer. We got 2 more minutes before we start. If you have any workouts regarding today's, or any questions regarding today's workout, you may ask. I'm sorry if I'm a little tired. I just got off the inlines, and I had a really hard workout. You ready to start? Sweet, Merit. So am I. We're just waiting for the last few people. I can use the time to promote the super chat. If you guys like what I'm doing, I do this out of my own pocket, and just because I think it's awesome to try and activate new people and share what I do and share how I got pretty good at skating. You can always use the super chat function. It's in the chat window at the bottom. There's a little $sign. If you click on that, you can donate any amount you wish to help us out. Yeah, so I really appreciate those of you that already done that, and that's what keeps this channel running, and that's how I make sure that there's at least one workout every week, hopefully 2. You can also, another way to help us and also help yourself a little, Sophia, my girlfriend, and I, we created some pretty cool t-shirts with some funny quotes that most skaters can relate to, and down below there's some links to the brand, the store. We made an online store, so you can buy them directly there. I think the prices are pretty fair because we're not taking much profit, mostly because we just want people to have them. We think they're awesome, and we ourselves are pretty big fans, so let us know what you think. You can always write it in the comment or throw your opinion here in the live chat. We're proud. They're cool. They're fun, and we already ordered all the different models for ourselves, so we're just waiting for that, and we can also flash them here in the live streams and the other videos. That's gonna be sweet. Salut Simon, ça va? J'espère que tu vas bien et que tu es prêt pour faire brûler les jambes, bon peu. We got some French viewers as well. There was a good question here from some Russian name I'm not skilled enough. Anna, maybe? Hey Jaguar. Yes, nice. I have a stupid question. I'm quite new to speed skating, and during turns I feel that back wheel of front leg is about to crush. You should try not to lift your leg higher. If you check out, there's a question how you can be more compact, because when doing, I'll try and show, when doing the crossover on skates, one of the viewers right now asked for a question on how to not feel like these are slamming into each other. You should always try and be more compact, so as much as you can avoid it, try not to lift this leg too high. There's a video on the channel called The 5 Circles. I think it's a pretty popular one, so even if you just search for it on YouTube after this, The 5 Circles, or 5 Circles of Inline Skating, or Inline 5 Circles, there's gonna be 5 circles, 5 exercises. The 5th one is really gonna try and help you out with this problem. It's an exercise about how you can smoothen it out. So don't lift the whole foot, and especially not the front of the foot, but to stay more compact, just lift the end, like the heel of the foot, because that's also going to be a relaxed movement of the leg. So let that come over. That's a good way to stay more compact. Of course, the more you lean, the easier it's going to get. If you have no lean, that would be the same as if I tried and do crossovers right here. That does not look very smooth or comfortable. If you have more lean, it's going to be easier. The same goes for how low you get. If you get lower, you can, you're already in this low position, and instead of having to lift the front of the leg, you can just lift the whole leg and get over. So there's many ways to solve this, but check the video out about the circles. I believe there's some answers there. Are you planning to give training camp or clinics in India? Yes. I've already shouted out, hey G, how's it going? G is a good friend of mine, he just tuned in. Oh, Latvia? I have tried short track. Funny story. I've had good and bad experiences with short track. I lost my my frame the first time I tried, and then it took me a while to get back at it. But I do short track in the summer, even though I am not super smooth at it. I struggle with the top speed. I think my fastest lap is like a 9.9 second lap. Endurance-wise, I'm pretty good. I had a 30 lapper with a, I think it was 10.5 average lap speed, or 10.6. So I'm pretty good at 3Ks, but I can't go fast. So 30 laps is 10.6 lap speed, but my flyer is a 9.9, so you can make out of that what you want. Hey Vic, allowed to skate the next Monday. Oh, nice to see the French people can skate again. That's sweet. Hey Austria. Yes, to the question if I'm planning on, no, Simon, you won't need stairs for this. That was just because I felt like there's no wind here, so my voice would be a little more clear. No need for stairs, no need for any equipment. You can do this anywhere, at home, outside, inside, wherever. That's the whole point of these workouts, that anybody can join anywhere. That's why they're awesome. Yes, I want to do a camp in India. I want to do as many camps as possible. So if you guys want me out for a camp, I'm looking at next spring. I think this summer is going to be a little hard, and in the winter I have my own ice season. But if you want to book me right now, or for next spring, you can already reach out to me and try and book me. I think you can find my email or Instagram, message me, and I would love to. I'm just curious to see where there would be a crowd for it. I know in Denmark I'd already planned a few, and in Sweden as well. So yeah, text me on Instagram or on my email, and we'll get some camps set up for next off season. Okay. Of course you can ask along all the way through. Today's program is not going to be too long. We should be able to get through it in 30 minutes. So that's not too bad, I think. And there's 4 exercises. We're going to go through all 4. You can divide how long you want to do it, how much rest. Today I'm going to let it up to you guys. So you can try and challenge yourself, because all the exercises are pretty simple, so you can't mess it up too much. 2 of them, if you've been with me previously, 2 of them we've done a lot of times, too many times if you ask me. But we're going to do it again today, so those you can really try and challenge yourself, because hopefully you got the movements right by now. And it's going to be a little smoother. Even though your brain is like half drowning in lactic acid, you should be able to figure it out. But again, I mention this every single time. I know it's boring to listen to, but technique comes first. In inline skating, technique is crucial. Same goes for long track, short track. With no technique, you won't ever go fast. And there's a reason why Eddie Hall and Chris Froome are not good at skating, because they don't know how to skate. So go with the technique first. Does knees affect on dryline exercises? Can you fix the problem by doing something to clench? Yeah, you can use straps, elastic bands. There's different ways to do it. I think these exercises are pretty challenging already, so I wouldn't do it during these dryline sessions. But for sure, you can use elastic bands to try and work on your knees. I think I showed some of them in one of the previous drylines. But that's definitely nice. Oh, cool to see we got 40 viewers, and we haven't even started yet. Maybe that's the reason why. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go through the exercises real quick. There's gonna be 4 exercises. We're doing 2 sets. The first set, I'm gonna be facing you guys so you can see how it looks from the front. And the second set, I am going to do from the side. That is partly so you can see how it looks from the side, but also to force myself to be low enough when you guys can see it. The first exercise is dry skate. We've done this in a different variation, but today we're gonna do it pretty simple. Like I said, there's different ways for how long of a rest and how much active time you want, but every 3 minutes we're gonna start a new exercise. So if you wanna go for 1 minute on, 2 minutes off, or 1:30 on, 1:30 off, 2 on, 1 minute off, you decide. But as long as you're ready to go for another exercise, every 3 minutes. Then we got some rest, and then we're gonna go with the 4 exercises again. Okay. In between, just make sure to move the legs. Don't just sit on the couch or sit on a chair, because then it's gonna blow your legs up, and that is no fun. First exercise, the dry skate. So it's a little like imitations, but it's gonna be more powerful. You can use the arms if you wish. You can also try and train your balance by not using them, but make sure they're not flying around. So we go down and to the side. The key word here is to stay flat. Flat hips, flat shoulders. Don't let it pop up. It's really easy because you think you do a jump, and usually jumps are upwards. But make sure to not jump up, but jump to the side. Not just the legs, but even the upper body is not allowed to fly up. So that's the first exercise. Second one is circles. Classic, we've done it before. Get down into the basic position and lift off one leg, and this should be as stable as possible. Out to the side, do a nice little circle with the leg. Make sure this is not tilting as you do it. 3 circles on one leg, 3 in the other, 3 in one, 3 in the other, and we go back and forth until we rest. Next one is weight transfer. That's a really nice exercise where you got all the time in the world to try and look at yourself, feel where you are, and just work on the movement. Heart rate is going to go down, especially compared to dry skate that we do in the beginning. And instead it's going to burn a little in the legs, but it's really not too bad. So it's a simple exercise. You get down to your skating position. Make sure to get the hip over, everything pointing forward. You want to have the legs in a straight line here. Don't open up in the hip, don't open up. If you have a line in front of you, try and use it. So you go down here, and the reason it's called the weight transfer is because initially, in the starting position, you would want all your weight to be here. So if you want, you can lift this leg up, and then smoothly, you do the weight transfer. Now when I'm showing it, I'm lifting the leg as we go. There's no need to do that. It's just smooth, side to side, everything parallel to the ground. So what we're trying to work on here is that continuous movement, a smooth weight transfer. So don't rush it. Don't feel like you're falling onto one leg, falling onto the other leg. Just take your time, but get all the way over there. Get the hip over so that if you wish to, you would be able to just lift the other leg up because there's no weight at all. The reason we do this exercise is really easy to apply when we get out of this on the inlines or on the ice skates, because I think that most people lack. That also takes a lot of balance and a bit balls, is to really do a nice weight transfer to make sure that you get all the weight onto the skate. If you're struggling with that, just staying here in the middle, you're gonna be skating with your legs, and that's no fun. After a while, you're gonna blow up. So instead, use the weight of your body to fly from side to side and make good use of that. Why use your legs if you already have your entire body weight? That's super simple. All right, next exercise, also final exercise, is a bit like the circle, but instead of doing a circle, it's just extensions straight to the side. Slow movement, 3 per leg. Don't let this get out of proportions. That one's gonna burn a little here, and especially the lower part of your butt. Do we have any questions? We have Sophia. Did you lose weight? You look so skinny. Hey Sophia, we miss you out here. I did not lose weight, but I haven't eaten a lot, so maybe I look skinnier than I am. I hope, was that like a suggestion that there's gonna be lunch when I get home? Okay, we're all ready. Oh, there's pressure. Now Sophia is watching. Gotta look good for it. She's so low. I don't know if I can do that. Okay, if there's any questions, now is the time. If not, God damn it. If not, we're ready to start in a minute. So ask along, and if that's all, let's get at it. We got 4 exercises. We're gonna go through every one of them twice. I'll do it facing you guys, and I'll do it from a side view so you can see how that looks. Of course, in the break, you can ask questions. Before we start, I'm gonna throw in a little spam about the about the super chat function. There's a $sign below this live chat thing. If you click on that, you can donate any amount you wish, and those money are gonna go directly to me. YouTube won't take much of it. So that's gonna be a donation for me in this channel, and it's really gonna motivate me to keep making these live streams, to keep making more training sessions, and hopefully I'll be able to buy some nice gear. I wanna buy a tripod that has like a stabilizer and hopefully a better microphone. Now it's not too bad, but when it gets windy, it's really a pain to try and do these. So feel free to donate any amount you wish. I highly appreciate it. And also check out the t-shirts that Sophia and I launched. They're pretty sweet. There's funny designs, and you can find images and links below. We start in 5 seconds. Remember the first one, dry skates. I'm gonna do 1.5 minutes, but you can do anytime you want. And here we go. Stay low, stay flat. Don't let the knees collapse. Try and time the movement of this recovery leg. Make a sweet circle as it comes in. You use this leg to load force onto the next jump. To go. And rest up. So you've got 1.5 minutes of rest. That's pretty long. It's more than we had in the previous workouts. But that doesn't mean you can just sit down and relax. Shake it off a little. Yo, it's Cool Vig. Hey Larissa, that's a teammate of mine. Cool Vig is tired. He did threshold inline beforehand. Can you please show the proper hand movement? Oh, yes. I can do that, or I can try. I'm not a sprinter, so it's not my specialty. There's a video about it, where I explained it super fast. I think the best way I ever got this explained to me is by Jan Greider, an inline speed skater, and I don't know how many times, multiple times world champion, that it should be as natural as possible. That's a little different because skating is not the natural movement of walking, but try and really use how the body is constructed. So if this does not feel natural, the natural shoulder goes like this, and so does this. As you skate, you want this to be in a straight line, so the leg goes out there, this arm, as you can see here. We'll try and do this and feel what is natural. We start in 10 seconds. This one is going to be the circles, so straight out to the side, and a smooth recovery leg. In 5, 2, 1, let's go. Keep the rest as steady as possible. Don't let the hip or the upper body tilt as you go to the side. Keep it down in position. 3 on each leg, smooth weight transfer, and we switch. Don't rush it. For some reason, most of us have a habit of speeding up this movement as we get tired. A lot of people do the same when they're out skating. Try and rush it, take more but less efficient steps. Just have faith in the power, sit in it, get used to the burning feel. Like that, just 10 more seconds. And we rest. So as you noticed, today is not the hardest program. There's more rest, there's less working time than some of the previous days. For me personally, it's because I'm at the end of my second hard week in this training block, so that's pretty tough. And I also combine it with inline skating, but it's also a good opportunity for everybody to focus on the technique and not overdo it. In general, it's really good in all sports to have periodization, so you can have a little more quality at some points and a little more quantity at other points. So trying to work that out. If you're curious, I made a 12-week, 3 months training program that anybody can go and download. It's in the description. I think it says if you need inspiration, you can download that. Let's take a look at that. There's a bunch of cool workouts. There's a lot of video content. What kind of warm-up? Oh, if I said in the description to this video that you should try and do some warm-up beforehand, some dynamic stretches, there is also a link in the description where you can go straight to the warm-up exercises. I know it's a little too late for this video, but if you're not watching this live or if you're joining for the next session, you should take a look at that. Next one, the weight transfer, starting in 4 seconds. Let's go. So, most common mistake here is to go up in between the legs. Don't tilt the shoulders. Just let it be a smooth movement. Go a little forward and straight down into the ground. Not too far forward. Even though this might feel more comfortable, when you're out skating, you want to know where you're going, what's happening in front of you. It's also a good way to not tilt too far forward and let the ass puff up. And remember, the best way to check if you're doing this correctly is to try and lift off this leg. If you can, with no trouble, it means that you got all the weight of your body on the working leg, and that's what we want to do. Seconds. And rest up. Somebody asked an exercise or two ago, how should the arm movement be? This is a great exercise to go and practice that because you got more time. You can slow down the rhythm, slow down the movement. So perfect time to work on that. Imagine skating that low. Yeah, true. The reason we try and get really low when we do dryland is because we have the time to it. It's obviously most of us gonna do this better as we're on the shoes than when we're out skating because it's simply easier. We have more time. We take out some of those difficulties that we find on the skates. There's no vibration in the surface. Balance is not as hard because we're not standing on super thin wheels. So use this opportunity to get a little lower and like overdo the strength part of it, because then when we're out skating it's gonna feel a little easier. Even though we might not get that low, Larissa, I won't. Sophia does do it. Yeah, Sophia is incredibly good at getting low. I think it's also really important in short track. But yeah, I guess there's a reason they don't skate more than 1,500 meters. Can you please tell the point where to concentrate our weight to get a good push? Oh yeah, you should try and be right in the middle of the foot. If we're talking backwards, forward, try and be in the middle. We start in 5 seconds. I'll try and explain as we go on. This one is just straight to the side, so leg side extensions. Here we go. To that question, where should the weight be? You want to have it sort of in the middle of the foot, so not too out front, not too far out back. If you're talking about where you should put the pressure, I really believe in the power box, so you can almost 90% of the power you create is generated in between the width of your shoulders. So if you try and push off as you're at the end of the push, you won't get much out of it. The only thing it might actually do is just stabilize you to make it a little more difficult to initiate the next upcoming push. So try and create as much as you can in between the width of your shoulders. Especially on inlines, because unlike ice blades, where you can still get a grip when it's far from the center of gravity of your body, when you're in inlines, that's really hard because the wheels are going to be slipping away from you. try and build energy, force into the ground immediately as you put the skate into the ground. Ooh, 1 minute already. So yeah, you want to put the foot down under the center of gravity, so when you have a lean and you go back, it'll be put down right in the center. That's the natural point, and that's where it's going to be easier for us to use the weight of our body to make speed. And rest. It's first set. One more set to go, we're done for today. Once we're done, make sure to do a good cool down, especially if you don't have more training sessions or more stuff coming up. If this is your warm-up for something else, obviously you're just gonna go on. But if you just jump in a car or sit down right after, your legs are gonna be tired tomorrow, so don't do that. Make sure to get some good food, some quality carbs, and yeah, make the best out of it. All right, we will do 2 minutes of rest. Isn't that the hardest session? See you, Larissa. It's cool having you. Hope you're doing well in Brasilia. Look forward to see you back in Salt Lake. I look forward to see myself back in Salt Lake also. Nice to have so many people here with us. That's pretty cool. Got about 40 viewers all the way through. That's nice. It's also motivating for me to see more and more people join. Like I said before, Sophia and I found that we would want to do get the most out of this COVID-19, and the only thing we didn't really know how to fix was that skating community, skating environment, how to get people together, and how to maintain that social aspect of skating, of doing sports in a club. So we made the Skate Army brand and designed a bunch of cool t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, and different kinds of skating merch that you can go check out, and you can order it. It's directly shipped and created right as you purchase and order it, so you can get it pretty fast. We already ordered a few t-shirts. They're pretty cool. It's like Do You Even Skate Bro or Everyday Skate Day, and they were funny. There should be some images just below this video where you can check it out. While doing round curls, if legs are shirring, that means legs are weak. I think lack of power and weak legs is almost the same, but yeah, if you're shaking, it's not necessarily because you're weak, it's just because you're not used to these movements or super strong in this specific position. Like I said, I'm pretty sure people that can squat 200 kilos or 400 pounds, whatever, would also be shaking a little in some of these exercises because they're simply just new to the body. So it takes a while to get used to them neuromuscularly and the whole movements. Are you ready for dry skate? Second set. Let's go. 1.5 minutes. Even though it might feel a little uncomfortable or if you're out of balance, it might not look as smooth, just try and see if you can get that knee and that weight all the way to the almost outside of this leg. So feel it on the outside of the soles, because that's going to be much more similar to skating. And yes, it will mean that sometimes you'll need to get down with the hand, but that's totally fine. I'm the only one you can see, and I can't see you, so you can make any mistake you wish. More than halfway there. Seconds to go. And rest up. All right, we got started, second set, last set of the day. Could be worse. Oh, spasibo большое. Thanks a lot for the super chat. I appreciate it a lot. That's yeah, that's one of the reasons we can keep these these workouts and this whole channel running. It takes some equipment. We already invested in a fancy called gimbal so that we can like try and film with no movement. We made a cool video on how to train on inlines at home the other day that I'm gonna edit as soon as I can and try and upload also on the channel. So any super chat that we get is gonna go to improving this channel and helping us get along a little. So that's really sweet. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, that's nice. You can all super chat anytime you wish. There's a little $sign at the bottom of the live chat, and you can donate any amount you want. It's also gonna highlight your comments, so if I'm busy, I'll see it in the break. But thanks a lot. I appreciate that. We will make more live streams, I promise. And we will also start again in 10 seconds. This one, the circles. Oh, I almost forgot. I promised to do this from the side. My bad. Start in 2, 1. Let's go. Get down. You can see from the side, I'm not pushing forward. I'm not pushing backward. This is not going up. Pushing straight. This side. Smooth circle. And don't look down. This is gonna tilt you. Keep all of this relaxed. You can even try and let loose at the shoulders. Make sure that everything you can relax is relaxed. It's a good way to get the blood flow going, save some energy. Especially if you're a long distance skater, you don't want to get tense up too early for too long. Also, there's no reason to it. Let the legs work, sit tight in the hips, but everything else, as long as you're solid in the core, keep it chill. Shoulders chill. Don't try and work too much into angles, the shins. Do that. We've got 5 more seconds. And rest. Just 2 more exercises for today. Nice that we're still so many people. Everybody doing a great job. Solid. Hey, from Inline Speed Skaters Russia. Hey Russia. Nice to see so many Russians. Should have had Sophia here. I hope she's gonna be with us soon. If she's still watching. People miss you. So do I. Okay, so next one is the weight transfer. Slow exercise. Maybe the most simple exercise except for like classic basic position, but also really hard to master fully. I truly believe that the basics is key to be good in almost any sport, but especially skating. If you don't got those rights, you have nothing to build from. And even though it's important with a nice double push, a nice lean, some smooth crossovers, if you don't have the basics rights, I think it's really hard to get there. If you don't have a good standard push, I don't think it's gonna help much. So really don't go easy on these and make it hurt. Go low enough that it's gonna hurt. Now it's your chance to make it burn and make it a lot easier when you're skating in real life. We start in 3 seconds. Again, like I said before, also a good opportunity to work on the arm swing. Let's go. Last time we got the weight transfer. And make sure that the feet are aligned. Don't let the hip open up to the side. Don't let the upper body twist. Don't let it drop. All parallel to the ground, all pointing straight forward. Like I said, you want to also have, as you can see from the side, the shoulder, knee, and toe should be aligned. So I got my toe there, my knee a little out, and my shoulder further out. If you watch it from the frontal view, you're also going to see that they're right on top of each other. talk a little about the head position, how the upper body should be. Should be pretty relaxed, as long as it's in the correct position. My coach, technical coach, Mitch Whitmore, always says it should be a solid noodle. So it should be chill like a noodle, but still in position, so solid in that way. Another coach I had, teaching me some technical stuff, Ryan Shimabukuro, he always said that you should look through the eyebrows. So you shouldn't be like completely pointing up. You also shouldn't be dropping down. So like a little forward into the ground, but then the eyes going through the eyebrows, if that makes sense. Last 2 seconds. Nice job. Single exercise to go. Make the last one the best one. Sweet. Thanks for all the likes. And so cool to still be more than 30 people with us. You can always ask questions if you're a little tired to get to the keyboard or the chat window. I'll for sure be here for a little while after. I might even take you guys for my cool down jog, do a little cool down Q&A. You can join me if you wish. Whew. How are we feeling out there? Should make a survey on how hard these workouts are, if they're too easy, too hard. This one should not be an all-out session. We had some of those. You can go back. I think I put them all in a playlist, so you can look for a playlist on the channel. They're called Live Dryland or Dryland Live. And in that playlist, there is going to be every single dryland we've done. And one of them is, I think it's called HIT, like high intensity session or something. And that is a killer. It's a 1 minute on, 1 minute off, and just continuous jumping. Brutal stuff. So if you want to go hard, you can check that out. But for today, we're mostly looking at technique and these smooth movements. Last exercise starts in just 10 seconds. So let's get the best out of it. Sit low. Don't go easy on it just because we're getting closer to the end. 3, 2, 1. Get down. Find the basic position before we start. And then straight to the side. No circles on this one. Get a rhythm going. It's okay to be shaky, but don't just rush the movement. Fix it and continue. Halfway. Last exercise. Make it count. The burn is the whole reason we do this. If you're doing it well, you should be able to feel it here in the hip. What is that called? The gluteus medius. What's in between your back and your butt. Last 3 seconds. Nice. Give yourself a hand. That was really cool to have everybody, well, how many people did make it through? 34 people all the way through. That is impressive. I think that's also a new PB for the channel. That's nice. Thanks for all the shares on social media. Thanks for all the people joining, inviting your friends, inviting teammates. I know it's not a classic club workout, a team workout, but to me this is really the second best for the time being where I can't be with my team. This is really cool. I promise that Sophia and I have been talking about this as well, and she enjoys it, and I'm having a great time. So this is super nice. Yeah, let's keep it up. Yeah, really thanks for all the shares. The more people get the same fun. I don't know if I should call it pleasure because it still really hurts, but the same good workout in. I am gonna go for a little walk / jog and make that some kind of a Q&A. I hope it's not gonna be too shaky, too windy. Excuse me for that, but I do need my little cool down. because I don't want heavy legs. I have weightlifting and some sprint stuff later tonight. So I'll see if I can stay alive. At least the lower part of my body can stay alive for that. You can see I'm at the ticket counter. Nice job, everybody. Thanks again for that super chat. We appreciate it. Hey, yeah, and let me know also how hard this was. I'm trying to like ride different ways to do the workouts. I'm going like to the extent where I can, where I still feel somewhat technically okay at the end of it, at least for the session where that's the goal. But I want to try and individualize this as much as possible for everybody that's joining. So yeah, tell me how hard was this from 0 to 5. I'm pretty curious to see how it was. I hope it's okay. For those of you that have been joining for I survived the HIIT session, so this yes, that session was hard. I was so sore the day after. Oh, Andre, thanks a lot. Spasibo большое. That's really cool. Nice to have one more super chat. We appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. It makes it a little more fun when you can see how people appreciate it, and then I'm not the only one who wants to add and contribute to the channel. So that gives me a little more of the feeling that we're together in this kind of. Yeah, suffering is always nicer as a crowd. Thanks, Leonard. Oh, I remember you. You've been here a few times. That's pretty cool. Staying strong. Nice. I promise you, even though this is hard, even though you might feel bad tomorrow, especially if you're walking stairs. Yo, nice having you, G. Hope to talk to you soon. Thank you too, and Johnny. Yeah, even though you might hate me when you walk stairs tomorrow, I do promise this, in the end, it's a little windy, in the end, this is going to benefit you when you're out on the skates. Trust me on that. There's a reason I do it. I have been skating my whole life, and actually a big part of it professionally, last 5 years full-time skating, and I would never spend time or waste time on this if it wasn't something that would make me a better skater. There's other fun things to do in life, but this shit works. You heard it here. Do we have any more questions? I should probably make sure to mention that if you wanna be here for the next live streams, subscribe to the YouTube. I try as much as I can to post about it on Facebook and Instagram, but I do forget sometimes, and sometimes I'm a little late, or if it's like this week, it was a really hard week, so it wasn't my first priority. But I still have these live streams, so you can subscribe to the YouTube channel and somehow turn notifications on for this channel. Then you get a notification on your phone whenever I go live, or whenever I schedule a new live stream. But there is going to be 2 live sessions next week. One is going to be a dry land, so a full workout like this one, and the other one is going to be a lesson. So not really a workout, not in the same way that this was a workout, but more as a lesson where I am going to take up a technical subject or topic, and then yeah, just go through. And the whole reason we do live instead of a classic YouTube video is so that there is enough time, and so there's the opportunity for you guys to ask questions. Otherwise, I just upload a classic YouTube video. But to try and make these these are more like classes, whereas the lessons are really gonna be lessons. So you can ask all the questions you want, and yeah, that way I get the feedback and can try and adapt the whole video to whatever you guys saying. So it's more like a group stream, if you can call it that. But next week there's gonna be one lesson or a technical topic. If you have any suggestions, I would love to hear that, so you can comment that. Also, if you watch this later, not live, you can comment in the section below whatever kind of video you would want me to bring up. If you super chat, I'm obviously gonna pick that first, because it's gonna be highlighted, and then I really know you care about it. So you can super chat any topic that you would want me to do a full live video on, and we will make sure. Thank you for the training. Nice to have you. Hope to see you next time. Thank you, Jaguar Skating Academy. That's a cool name. Hey Jeff, demos are great, explanation clear, and thanks a lot, Jeff. Yeah, thanks. Really cool to have you. That was a nice compliment. I appreciate it a lot. It's seriously really nice to hear. That's cool. Thanks, Victor. Oh, thanks a lot, David. God, this is super cool. It makes I don't know, it gives it a little more sense than just doing workouts to get better at skating, but that more people can benefit from it. That's no doubt really nice motivation for me. Is more amount of protein beneficial for skaters? I don't think skaters need extra protein. If you get enough protein, there should be enough. If anything, I would say that carbohydrates are more important, especially right after a workout like this. Skating is pretty aerobic generally, and it all depends what kind of skating, but yeah, I know it's in the diet. I don't know where you put protein, if not in the food. But yeah, protein is important, but I don't see anything that makes it more important for skaters compared to other sports. In general, you just want a little more food, but I think compared to a normal diet, you would want to look closer into the carbohydrates to make sure that you always have enough accessible energy to get the most out of every training session. Of course, it takes an adequate amount of protein to rebuild muscle fibers. So I would say a smooth combination. I mentioned this earlier, but I'm right now just finishing my bachelor degree. Yo, thanks a lot, Jeff. That's nice. I appreciate that a lot. And also thanks for sharing the word with your whole club and community. That's super cool. The more people, the better. The more people that can benefit from this, I'll be super happy. I really appreciate that. Thanks. Hope to have you next week. I'll make sure to post as fast as I can to let everybody know when the next live stream is happening. But for now, it's probably going to be Monday or Friday, and the lesson is likely to be on Wednesday. So that's a good outline there. So Monday, Friday, and Wednesday, about the same time, 1 p.m. European time, pretty early in the US and pretty late in India and Asia. But yeah, I feel like if I do it in the middle of the day in Europe, there's a good chance that the rest of the world is at least gonna be awake. Maybe not ideally, but not in the middle of the night at least. But yeah, for like you just mentioned about protein and diet in general, you won't be a good athlete because you eat well, but you can definitely mess it up by not eating well. So I myself really cared about this, and that's why that's the whole reason I started at the university for health and nutrition. I've been there for more than the 3 years it would usually take, because I had some off periods, especially leading up to the Olympic Games. I wanted to be able to fully focus, but then after the Olympics I could go back to school, and handing in my bachelor thesis soon, and it's actually about how to optimize recovery after an anaerobic session in elite sports. And I found so far that carbohydrates is generally the most important thing, and also what should be represented in the biggest quantity in a post-recovery meal. So you should have about 75% of your recovery meals should be carbohydrates, and they should be as simple as possible, so quick sugars, and the rest of it should be protein. If you can pick whey protein or any protein from an animal source, is to be preferred. So yeah, you would want more protein, and you would want more carbohydrates than most people, but it's not because it's going to make you a better skater, it's just that you spend more energy, so you'd also want more energy going in the other way, if that makes any sense. Great thing to make an offline training session some. Yeah, true that. That would be really nice. I have tried to, yeah, it would be nice to do like a session on inline skates. The only thing is that it's a little complicated to talk as I do it. That's why I haven't done any lives on it. As you can see, I have plenty of space to do inline skating out here. I know it's not easy for everybody else. That's why I made the video, or Sophia and I made a video on how to inline skate as it is right now inside your own house at home. I think it's obviously not as great as inline skating outside, and definitely not as fun, but there's so many things that you can maintain just by putting on the inlines and doing some different stability balance exercises, and some of them also might get a little hard, then that can not make you a better skater necessarily, but for sure can help you maintain. So once you get back on the skates, you won't waste, or yeah, I would say waste the first few months. Hola Colombia, ¿cómo estás? At least be able to benefit from training again right away, so you don't have to spend so much time getting back to where you were before. Do food supplements a good fixture, whey protein or isolate? I think you can have both, actually. Whey protein isolate. I wouldn't necessarily say that. That depends what you combine it with. If it's isolate, it's more pure, so you're gonna have a higher percentage of actual protein in it. If the remaining protein is fat, you don't really need fat right after a workout, so you should go for isolate, yeah. It's a little more pricey, so it really depends on the budget and how much you want to put into it. But for sure, as a recovery meal, don't just throw pure protein, mix it up with something. Chocolate milk is pretty good if it's lean. If it's skim chocolate milk, that would be really good. You have some pretty fast sugars and also some protein in there. But yeah, whey isolate would be great. So go for that, but also make sure to get some sugar, some carbohydrates. It's all important. Carbohydrate is the energy, the fuel we need, and protein is kind of the bricks we need to rebuild the muscles. And I think you would need both to function well in your next workout. If you want to gain mass, it's obviously all going to be a question of your total energy intake. That's simple math. If you eat more calories than you burn, you are in some way going to get bigger. Then it all depends what you do. If you do some muscular workouts and a lot of sports, you have a better chance of transforming it into muscles instead of just sitting on the couch. It's most likely just going to be fat. So that's up to you. If you join this session, I would say that you have a pretty good chance of putting that excess energy straight into your quads as muscles. So there's some benefits. Okay, I am back to our tiny little rental car. I'm gonna finish off the session for today because I'm gonna go for a little jog just to make sure that my legs are still legs for the session later. I hope you enjoyed this, and I really appreciate the super chats. That's incredibly nice, and it's gonna help me, the channel, and also me as an athlete. So thanks a lot. I appreciate those. Yeah, next week there's gonna be live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and they're all for now scheduled to be 1 p.m. But if you subscribe here in the channel and stay tuned on Instagram, you're gonna get notifications whenever it's about time to to get ready for some more lactic acid in the legs. If you have questions after the whole stream here is running, you can always comment once this gets uploaded, and I'll try and get back to you. I might not get back right away, but within the near future. So really nice having you all, and thanks for suffering with me. It makes it more fun. I will make sure to let you know next time we're live, and in the meantime, you can go check the t-shirts out that we made, because they're cool, and I can't wait to have mine, and I can't wait to see the first people having theirs. So let's unite this skating community all across long track, short track, and inline skating, because we all have the same passion, skating. So let's train together, even though we're not together. Stay strong out there. Thank you too. I had great pleasure. As much as you can while you're out of breath and your legs are on fire.